at the place that I work, we're not allowed to do our nails. See, my nails are always undone. Just because it's like a food service thing. But, yeah, so whenever I go on like a trip anywhere, like to the beach, or in this case, obviously, a different country, I usually like to do my nails kind of fancy. And I was gonna buy some nails from like Etsy or something, some like pre-done fancy ones, but measuring my nails was kind of a pain in the ass, honestly. And I got really paranoid that like usually the way that I do my hair, like to make it curly and stuff, is just by running my fingers through it while it's wet. And so I got worried that like having my nails done with a bunch of rhinestones and stuff was gonna be like, it was gonna make me not able to do that because the rhinestones would get stuck in my hair. So then I decided that I would put rhinestones on myself, which isn't really gonna help with the problem of them getting stuck in my hair, but whatever, right? I don't know, I think this ended up being a little bit cheaper than if I bought them, but probably not really, because like from Etsy they'd be like 50 or 60 bucks usually, and then like whatever shipping. And these, I honestly don't even remember how much I paid, but it was probably less than that. So I'm gonna be wearing these these gloves, just because I like the sound, really, not for any particular other reason, but I guess it'll help me not get glue on my hands, so there's that. This angle is so weird because my camera's seeing everything upside down. Maybe I should have put it behind me so it would be looking over my shoulder, I don't know. But yeah, it's hard to... These are my gloves from my Anatomy and Physiology 2 dissection lab. Obviously freshly, well, you saw me take them out of the package, so I didn't dissect anything with these on, but... I got this glue from Amazon. I don't know, it came in like a kit. I was originally gonna use like super glue for the rhinestones, not for the nails, obviously. But then I decided this would be easier to work with because you can't really leave super glue open. So I already filed the nails down because I can't really wear super long nails. Like, I'm just not used to it. Like, this is what they look like now. If you can see that. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of holding it up. And originally they looked like this. So they're a little bit less elegant looking because I sort of just like filed them down myself. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you can really see that even because I can barely see what's on the screen, on my camera screen. But yeah, obviously these ones are like almond shaped, very long. Maybe not to some people, but for me they're very long. And now they're sort of, I guess they're still almond shaped, but they're just like a little bit more blunt. And this is the middle finger one. I'm not gonna be able to do this. See? I don't know, can you see that? There. This is the first time I've ever done a video like this, so obviously there's a bit of a learning curve, but we're in it together, right? Yeah, so I have a plan for what I'm gonna do. Here, I'll show you. Where is it? There it is. I don't know if this is gonna be upside down to the camera or not. Hello? Is it working? I can't tell. Yeah, I'll put in a screenshot if it didn't show up, but I'm gonna do every nail different. I basically decided I'm gonna do an M in pearls for the thumbnails, for, my initial, obviously. The index finger is gonna be 3 hearts in a row, these little heart ones. If I don't know how many of them will fit, maybe I'll just do like 2, depending on how many fit, but I might not even either a zigzag of red stones from the tip to the cuticle with pearls on either side, or depending on how many pearls I have left, I'll do the pearls as one line and the red gems as another, because I have a lot more red than I have of the pearls. There's 102 of them, so hopefully that'll be sufficient. And then for the pinky, I'm going to do pearls lining the whole outside of the nail, though I don't know how well that's going to work because it's so small. I might end up having to do like the thumb or something, or like maybe the middle finger as that, because like these pearls are they're not super small, they're kind of big. Well, they're not really that big, but you know, compared to the pinky nail, they kind of are. See? I don't know. Can you see that? Yeah. The only thing about these gloves that I didn't really think through is the fact that they're like a little bit big. I should have gotten it small instead of a medium. These are probably medium. See, they're just like, they're not, like a small would be like skin tight probably. So, but yeah, there's like a little bit of slack on these, so it's probably going to be, I'm going to be using these tweezers anyways. These tweezers that came with the set. So, hopefully it won't matter. I don't know if I'm going to use this thing or not. I just sort of got it out. Maybe I'll use it to like push the gemstones into place if I need to, like if they're not centered or something. But we'll see. I'm just gonna put it in my lap so it's out of the way. So let's get the show on the road, I guess. I really like this little case thing. Once I'm done with this, maybe I'll use it to hold my septum rings, like when I travel. These things I think were like $8, and then these were like, it doesn't say, they were probably pretty cheap. Oh, that was a bad noise. Oh, they have smaller hearts and bigger hearts. Wait, how many are in here? I thought there were going to be a lot. There's only like a couple. Some of these aren't even red. What am I going to do with hearts that aren't red? Alright, well, there's only 4 red hearts, so I guess that's 2 per finger. Maybe I'll use the silver hearts after all. Some lid sounds. Stop squeaking. It's gross. That's the glue. Not a very good lid sound. Anyway. So let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna do an M on the thumb. I guess I could do the silver hearts above and below the M maybe. I guess this is not a very good angle. I should probably start off with the most pearl-intensive designs first, and then move on to less pearl-having ones second, so that I don't end up running out of pearls more quickly than I thought. Should I do the M facing me, or like upright to me and upside down to the viewer, or upside down to me and upright to the viewer? That's what I always wonder with this kind of thing. I don't know. I kind of want to do it upright to me because, like, they're my nails. So, obviously, I'm going to look at them more than anyone else is going to look at them. But, yeah. Hard to say. That's my philosophy on tattoos as well. Like, tattoo artists want you to have them upright to the viewer and therefore upside down to yourself, like when they're on your forearms. Like mine. I guess you can't really see. Like, this one is upright to me, which, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, this is upside down. The screen is upside down to but you get the point. Like, when I hold out my arm like this to show someone my tattoo, it's upside down to them, and they're like, oh, what is it? I can't tell. But, like, which is, like, wrong. But it's my tattoo. I'm the one paying money for it, and, like, why would I want other people to be able to see it at the expense of me being able to see it? Like, why would I want to have to do some contortion shit with my arm just to be able to see my own tattoo? Like, that just never made sense to me. Or like this one with the writing. Like, it's upright to me so I can read it because it's my inspirational Latin quote. Like, I want to read it, not, I don't give a shit if other people can read it, to be quite frank. So, I don't know how this turned into a rant about tattoos, but I'm gonna move the camera now. I didn't dress up for this video because I decided I wasn't gonna be in it, so I'm just wearing my pajamas. Oops. Wow, this one's really glued on there. Bruh. It bounced off onto the chair that I'm sitting in. I had to cover my chair with a sheet because it's the chair that makes farting noises. It's the fake leather rubs against itself whenever I move, and so I figured if I put a sheet around it, it wouldn't rub against itself when I moved. I still haven't decided whether or not I want to do it upright. I'll just do it upright to me. Fuck everyone else. The nails don't really want to sit like this, so. I'm just freeballing it. No plan. Only vibes. Oh, it fell out of the tweezers. I don't understand why that one pearl is just on there so well. It's like a big dollop of glue that's just hanging. Stop doing that. It's just leaking glue on this thing. No, it dripped. Oh, that makes it easier for me to dip the pearls into it, right? I wonder how long this glue is going to take to dry. That's the thing about super glue, at least it would dry fast. I don't think you can actually even see what I'm doing. This is going to be interesting. I think I put glue on the top instead of the bottom. Rip. This is difficult. See, I want to show you what I'm doing, but I also want to see what I'm doing. Here's what we have so far. Half of an M. Oh man. Wait, I keep dipping the top instead of the bottom in glue. How does that work exactly? Okay, I guess my strategy is that I'm just gonna put them all on the nail. I'm gonna get glue on them, put them on the nail, and then I'll align them into a good shape after they're all on the nail. My thumb is in the way now. I can't move it because then I won't be holding the nail anymore. And also my mouth is practically on the microphone right now. This video is kind of a hot mess, I'm sorry. this is what we're working with so far. Well, at least this glue isn't too fast drying off. Now I'm gonna have to do another. I have to do another pearl on here, and I have to do a whole another M after this. I really got ambitious for what? I've never done this before. Well, I'd say that's halfway decent. It is certainly the letter M. That kind of reminds me of, see? Can you see it? I don't know. It's a W for Wumbo. That reminds me of, the fucking, sorry I keep saying fucking. Probably gonna cut those out, honestly. It reminds me of finishing a sentence. That Johnny Depp movie where he was like a vampire and stuff. Like, you know, Dark Shadows, that's what it was. He was a vampire who just woke up after like 75 million years of being in the ground. Why was he in the ground? I don't remember that. Like, why? Who buried him? But anyway, you know, he woke up and, oh yeah, because the construction workers, well, they unburied him. They didn't put him in there to begin with, obviously, but they dug him up and shit, and then he killed all of them. And then he saw that McDonald's sign, and he was like, Mephistopheles, a giant glowing letter M, or whatever. And they were just like staring at him like he was crazy. The letter M reminds me of that, for obvious reasons. It was just a McDonald's sign. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That movie was funny, except for the scene where that chick is like throwing up everywhere. I don't like that kind of thing. I hate when people like throw up in movies. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Damn, it's already been 20 minutes. I haven't even actually, well, I did finish one nail. Yeah, I don't know if you guys really care, but if you do care, sorry that I'm not in this video, except for my legs. I didn't feel like getting all gussied up and stuff, like I usually do, and doing my hair and all that. Not that I really do all that much for my hair, but I usually just take a shower. This M is off center. Well, I'll fix it later. I usually just like take a shower so that my hair will be curly. I used to blow dry it, but I've been recently letting it air dry and just putting in like mousse instead of like an ass ton of gel like I used to. Just cause like when I was blow drying it, it was taking me 2 hours from like when I would get in the shower to when I would leave the bathroom. That's just too much time, you know? So, I'm gonna drop this, I just know it. I'm like, see, I was right. Okay, well, it didn't really do any damage. I was like barely holding on to it with like the fingertips of the gloves, not even my actual fingers. Some of these pearls don't want to go on, some of them don't want to go off. That one did not want to get off the tweezers. It's a backwards letter N so far. Okay, what am I? Okay, yeah, I just need one more pearl, and then I can shape it into an actual letter M. Jesus Christ, there we go. If I drop this again, I feel like I was saying something. Oh yeah, I was just talking about how I'm not actually in the video. Yeah, I don't know, I'm sure that it doesn't really matter that much, but oh, I still need 2 more pearls. I really thought I was done, huh? Here's what we're working with so far. This M is much more squat than the other one. Sorry about the noise from the table. I wanted to use this table because I thought it would look cool. I mean, it does look cool, but it's like a silver metal dripping kind of table. Obviously with the glass top, but you can't really see the silver dripping parts because they're just not visible right now, so I don't know, does that defeat the purpose? Sorry, I'm just rearranging the pearls to actually look more like the letter M now, which obviously you can't see me doing because I'm holding it out of the frame. But I really need to look at this. I almost dropped it again. These gloves are not helping me, but they sound good. I just really need to look at it. God damn it. Okay, there we go. I'm doing a thumb and middle finger grip now. My index finger was not the right finger to use, I guess. Man, I just made it so crooked. Man, it's a good thing I didn't use super glue. Ugh, I keep dropping it. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't use super glue, because that would not go well. I just have a nail with like a bunch of pearls on it. Okay, I don't understand, because the first M that I did looked so good, like, without me even barely trying, and now this one is just messed up. And no matter how hard I try, I can't get it to not be messed up. I need like a second pair of tweezers. One to hold the nail with and one to do the pearls with. Unfortunately, oh wait, I actually do have a second pair of tweezers. But I'm lazy. Ugh, this does not look as good. Yeah, that doesn't look as good at all. Alright. I really hope this glue dries like somewhat quickly though, because I don't wanna finish these up and then accidentally knock them on the floor, which is 100% something that would happen to me. I have bad luck with this kind of thing. I was hanging out with one of my friends the other night, and I got coffee from Wawa, and I usually, damn it, I messed them up again. I usually use the side table as like to put my drinks on while we're watching stuff. And I think I had like one of the extra long straws, so maybe that was a contributing factor. You can probably guess where the story is going though. I knocked over my coffee. I was very annoyed about it. It was literally 3/4 of the way full. And it was really good. Like, you know how sometimes when you go to Wawa or whatever, god damn it, I just messed it up. What the fuck? Okay, I'm getting the other pair of tweezers. I got the second pair of tweezers. Anyway, like I was saying. Fuck. There. Like I was saying, you know, you go to Wawa and like sometimes if you order the same drink every single time, sometimes it just tastes different each time. So, you know, it's like that. And this time, it tasted really, really good. It was perfect, basically. But I only got to drink 1/4 of it because it fell on the ground. Okay, that's too spaced out. Yeah, I think I had like an extra long straw. And so, like, I'd put it like slightly behind myself. Like slightly behind the area that I was in. On the, you know what I mean? On the table. I'm kind of out of breath because I got up now. What a fat ass. Yeah, that's good enough. I don't know. They kind of look slightly different, but we're just gonna go with it. That was loud. Alright. One sit down. I don't even remember what I was gonna do with that. 3 hearts in a row with pearls above and below. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, I lost track of my story. I dropped my drink. It pissed me off. Sorry, I keep making weird noises. Okay, let's see if this is even feasible with these hearts. Yeah, that'll work there. Oop, I almost dropped it. There, good enough. Why are you doing that? Since I made the M's upright to me, I'll just make the hearts upright to me also. wants to look at my nails, they can come stand next to me and do it. This heart does not want to be picked up. There we go. See, I got it. Fuck. Oh. When I leaned forward, it pulled the earbuds out of my ears, because, you know, why wouldn't that happen, right? Someone's riding their motorcycle. As if it isn't 2 a.m. Is that on their street? I can't tell. That was the chair. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll just do one pearl in between. When I imagined doing this video, I imagined really more of like a close-up where you'd be able to see super well everything that I was doing. But the issue with that is that then I can't see what I'm doing. I hope this isn't disappointing for people who wanted to watch what I was doing. I really need like a GoPro. I actually have a GoPro. It's on my motorcycle helmet though. I could put on my motorcycle helmet and film this video with that. That would be so ridiculous. That thing is not lightweight. Oops. With the GoPro on it. I don't know, a GoPro doesn't really weigh that much, but like ever since I put it on there I can really feel it like pulling down the front of my helmet. I only got it to use as like basically a dash cam. I'm not gonna do any videos or anything. Well, I was thinking of doing a video, like recording a ride and just like this heart is crooked. Just like doing a voiceover over top of it with like the motorcycle sounds really quiet in the background. It's sort of like as a white noise kind of thing. Let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments. I don't know though. I always like to say this and it's probably annoying, but like whenever I do a video that isn't true crime, and honestly this one too probably, I'm gonna take off one glove. I can't with this anymore. Like they always perform really badly, and I don't know if like I don't know if that's a YouTube thing or just like maybe you guys are really interested in true crime. I don't know, but it doesn't really seem that way. Like I don't know why, but YouTube just does not promote my non-true crime videos. This is what we're working with so far. Came out pretty good, honestly. Well, I guess the hearts are kind of crooked though, but I just try to fix that. You should see me, I'm literally holding it up like an inch from my face. Alright. I'm sorry if there are microphone noise in this video. I'm literally leaning against it right now. The microphone, I mean. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention too that I made, I got a supernatural tattoo, and if you watched my Jack the Ripper video, then like you already heard this spiel, so you can ignore it I guess if you want to, but I went to New York City and got a supernatural tattoo. It's the anti-demonic possession symbol thing that Sam and Dean both have on their chest, except it's in chrome. And I saw a Korean tattoo artist who was on doing like a guest spot, you know, and she does basically just chrome tattoos, so it's kind of funny because I was gonna go see her in Korea, but then she posted on Instagram that she was gonna be in the US this summer. She went to LA and then she came to New York. And New York's only like 2 hours away from where I live. when my issue with texture started, because I didn't have any kind of problem before that. But now, like, touching anything that's textured is just so bad and gross. And I have to, like, rub my hands on something smooth. Like, I can't even touch my own legs. Well, I mean, I can touch them, it's just unpleasant. Because I have, like, really dry skin on my legs. And especially if there's, like, any kind of stubble at all, it's just too textured. This is going pretty well so far. Stop. I jinxed it. I had to say something, didn't I? Okay, there we go. But yeah, where was I even going with that? I don't remember. Oh, the rubbing sounds. Yeah, so I just filed the nails down before I recorded so that it would already be done. To be honest, I think it took me like 20 minutes. I didn't do the best job either. They're all like slightly crooked. Not perfect. But, and obviously like they looked more elegant before I filed them down than they do now. But I just can't wear super long nails. Just not cut out for it. So, I don't know, these might even still be too long, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room for this next flower. We'll see what happens. Yeah, when I was filing the nails, I guess I just did it the way that you can imagine doing it. Like, I trimmed them with the nail clipper first, and then I, like, refined it with, come on, get off, with the nail file that came with the nails, until I had, like, a good shape, and they were, like, pointy, but not too pointy, and all that kind of thing. And I sort of just, like, I had a chalk marker that I got, that one of my coworkers gave me from work, that I was going to use to, like, draw an outline of where I was going to file. Oh, come on, I messed up the flower. But, I did that for one nail, and then it sort of, like, the chalk marker was really wet. It didn't just dry down, which, I mean, I should have known that, but, so when I, like, went to pick up the nail, I ended up smudging it. So I just sort of said, like, fuck it, and just did it by sight. Well, I did one by sight, and then the other one, once I decided it was adequate enough, I held it up to, like, the other finger's nail, you know what I mean? Like, if it was the index nail, I did the one free ball on, and then free nail clipper, and then, I did the other one. I just put the one I had clipped on top and clipped the other one, using it as, like, a guide, so that I didn't have to, because, like, obviously doing the first one took more time than doing the second one did. And it probably took, like, slightly crooked, but it kind of actually looks good. I'll show it to the camera in a second once I finish aligning the pearls. Yeah. I kind of don't want to risk touching it. I don't want to mess it up. That actually came out really well. I like it. There we go. Hopefully you can see that better. Damn, now I have to do that again though. That was such a pain in the ass, honestly. I really come up with, like, super ambitious ideas, and then the actual execution is, like, a pain in the ass. Sorry I keep cursing so much, but this is just honestly how I talk. I usually just try not to curse in my other videos, because, I don't know, people get weird about it. Oh. Which, I mean, I understand, like, not everyone wants to hear someone cursing all the time, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I feel like I could spend 20. No! Okay, it didn't get messed up. It got a little messed up. I could literally probably just spend, like, an entire hour just nudging these things back and forth. like, since the glue isn't drying immediately, like, they're slipping down out of place, which I am not a fan of. I have a battery, like a portable battery that's charging over there. Can you see me? Over there. And it was on 86% when it started. It's only on 87% now, and it's been charging for 42 minutes. I don't understand why it's taking so long. It's not like I need it tomorrow or anything, but it's a 10,000 mAh battery. I just took physics, so you'd think I'd remember what mAh meant, but I don't. That class gave me PTSD. I hate math. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I had like a story I was gonna tell about doing the clipping, but then I forgot. When I was clipping off the pieces of the nail, obviously, I was really paranoid that a piece was gonna like fly up and land in my eye, which is really gross, but I actually had that happen to me once before, not with a piece of nail, but with a piece of lead from a mechanical pencil. I was in 8th grade, I was about to take a Spanish test, and literally my teacher put the test in front of me on my desk. I leaned down to write my name on it, and the pencil broke. Like, the tip broke, you know what I mean? But instead of just like flying off in a random direction, it flew up and landed in my eye. Like, it didn't stab into my eye, it landed sideways. So it was like sitting on my tear duct. I looked up at my teacher, who hadn't even walked away yet, and I was like, I need to go to the bathroom, I think. And he was like, I think you do need to go to the bathroom. He was like, I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment. Please go get that thing out of your eye. So, while everyone was starting to take the Spanish test, I was in the bathroom, trying to take this piece of mechanical pencil lead out of my eye, and afraid that I would, like, push it into my eye. This is kind of gross, I'm sorry. But, I was like, am I gonna have to go to the nurse for this? Like, I'm supposed to be taking a test right now, and stuff, but luckily after maybe, like, 5 or 6 minutes, and, you know, a lot of increasing frustration, where did that even go? Whatever. As I'm sure you can imagine, it did finally come out, or I got it out anyway, I mean. So I went back, took my test. It's like a 1 in a million thing that pencil lead would break and fly up and land in your eye, though. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about my trip to Korea, seeing as that's what I'm doing these nails for. I am, like I said, leaving. Honestly, I'll probably either be... I might upload this on Thursday. I might set this to upload for Thursday, because I think that's when my... Oh wait, my other video came out Friday. Came out today. So I'll probably set it for Friday, so... In that case, I'll be probably on the plane right now. But I'll probably be in, like, Texas or something, not Korea. Because my flight is... I could have gone to JFK to fly out, you know, from New York City. But I didn't want to, because I'd have to get my ass to New York City first. And, like, if I'm gonna fly for an ungodly amount of time, I don't have to spend another 2 hours on a train or wherever, let alone driving. After that, before and after it, to get to the airport, I don't have to worry about, like, traffic or any of that crap. So I'm going to a more local international airport, which I'm not going to say the name of, for obvious reasons. But, I flew out of there before, though. And they don't do direct flights to Korea out of that airport. You always, no matter what, have to have a layover, and you can either fly directly to San Francisco and then to Korea, or you can be like me and fly to Dallas and then San Francisco and then Korea. And in my case, I don't understand why, but literally the only option was either have like a 5-hour layover in Texas Texas and then an 11-hour layover in San Francisco, or have a 56-minute layover in San Francisco. And like, I cannot imagine my plane lands, even if it lands perfectly on time, which like, really, how often does that happen? Like, there's always some kind of delay, right? So my plane lands perfectly on time, and I have to sprint my ass across the entire airport, an airport that I've never been to and don't know where anything is, in 56 minutes to get on the next plane. And even if I make it, which like I probably would, right? Like, assuming my plane wasn't delayed, I'd probably make it. But how is my checked luggage gonna get off the plane, unloaded from the plane, and transferred over to the new plane in 56 minutes? And I, looked it up and stuff because I didn't really want to have a million super long layovers. But the consensus of the internet was that it will not make it. I'll land in Korea and my stuff won't be there with me. And I actually had that happen to me before. I was coming back from a trip. I went to England. I have 2 more nails to do, man. Anyway, I was coming back from England, and my stuff did not come back from England with me. And the reason was, I left from Bath Airport. No, it wasn't Bath, it was Bristol. I went to Bath, but I had to fly into the Bristol airport. And yeah. And so when I got there, their like system was down, the electronic system. And so they basically gave all of us a handwritten boarding pass, which did not work very well because you had to scan a barcode, like a QR code or whatever, some kind of code, to get through like these automatic gates to even get to like the area. I don't know if it was security or what. It was all a blur, honestly, but this is my first time flying home alone, because I'd been on one other international trip before. I went on the birthright trip to Israel back in high school, and that was the first time I ever flew. And so this was my first time flying. I flew with the group though, so like I didn't know anyone, but I still had someone to tell me like, go there and do that, that kind of thing. But this time I was completely alone. And so this isn't gonna be a zigzag, this is just gonna be like a, see, this is all I have so far, but I'm basically out of room already. I was gonna do like, at least, it has to be like that, right? Like a lightning bolt shape to be considered like a zigzag. There has to be 3 zags, 3 zigs and zags. But there's not enough room, so I'm gonna do like a chevron instead. Anyway, so yeah, this is my first, like, I had flown alone successfully to get there, and like, I'm not like one of those people who is scared to do stuff by myself. Like, no offense to anyone if you're like that, but obviously it's easier if you're not like that, right? And so, like, I mean, obviously I was nervous, like I didn't want anything to go wrong, because that would suck. But so obviously this went wrong, so I guess that's decent, right? So what happened was, they gave us a handwritten boarding pass instead of like a printed one, and we had paper luggage tags, like handwritten luggage tags, and I literally asked the lady, like, this is gonna be transferred, right? Like, my bag is gonna make it all the way back home with me, right? Like, I don't have to go pick it up, it'll just get transferred from one plane to the other, right? And she was like, yeah. And I guess you can probably imagine that it did not. And so I landed in Dublin because I had to fly. We flew on like this little plane. It was like maybe like a 50-seater, like 2 seats on each side, 2 rows of 2 seats on each side with propellers on the engines, kind of 2-seat type plane. And so it felt like being in a car in the sky. Like, every time they adjusted the whatevers, like, you could feel the whole plane tilt when they banked. It was kind of scary. I So I landed in Dublin, and then, no, okay, before I even took off from Bristol, it was like super foggy, and I learned that apparently Bristol is like an airport that they train pilots at to land, to take off and land in the fog. That's according to the internet. Maybe it's not true, I don't know, but it was extremely foggy, and so the flight got delayed for like a couple hours, maybe. I don't know, maybe it was only like 2 hours. Well, 2 was a couple, but you get the idea. Like, it felt like forever, and I was really paranoid, because I was like, what if they cancel the flight? Like, what the hell am I gonna do? Like, I'm not Mr. Moneybags, I can't just buy another ticket. Which I guess is the unfortunate thing of traveling when you don't have that much money, which is also what I'm doing this time. But, like, if I wasn't staying with someone in Korea, I wouldn't even be able to afford to go. But I mean, the plane tickets alone were $2,000, so it's just ridiculous. But anyway, and I mean, like, I have a credit card, so if I have to get up. I just messed up the entire thing trying to pick it up. I made a flower, almost. I don't know if you can see that. It's not supposed to be a flower, though. So anyway, yeah, it was really foggy, and like, I kept not really harassing, but I kept asking the guy. I was like, so, any update on the flight? Like, I didn't want to accidentally miss it or something. And, you know, I wasn't being like a nuisance or anything. I wasn't like being a dick. I was just being like, hey, you have any updates? Like, when are we leaving? I'm sure you could probably tell how nervous I was, because I bet when you work at an airport, you see all kinds of people. You probably get a feel for when it's someone who's like their first time in the situation. I'm gonna get real ambitious and put another row of pearls. So eventually, like, we got on the plane. Like, it was delayed for maybe an hour or 2 or 3. I don't really remember. And they bussed us out to the low plane on the tarmac, and like, it was real foggy. Maybe I'll put in a video because I have one. Since I'm telling the story, I might as well put in a video, right? And so, you know, we got on the plane, took off, flew there, like, everything was fine. And so we got to Dublin, and they printed us boarding passes and stuff, because their system was working, obviously, being a whole other country. Or, I mean, really just a whole other airport. Like, it's not like the problem was with England, it was only with their computer. And, so I went through customs, and see, the boarding pass that I got said that the gate closed for my flight literally like 20 minutes from that time that I was standing in line for United States Customs. And I was just looking at it, and I like wasn't even worried. I sort of just like, I don't know, disassociated. I was like, look, if that shit's true, I'm missing my flight, and there is literally nothing I can do about it. I was like, that can't be true though. Like, that literally cannot, because I think my flight wasn't for another couple of hours. So I was like, why would the gate be closing for a flight that's not supposed to leave for a couple of hours? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I just stood in line in customs, and I was like, I just have to hope that this is not accurate. I just have to hope it's a mess up somehow, because I cannot make this line go faster. I hope I didn't lose too much of the visual there. Here's what I got. Because my camera has like my camera's a DSLR, so there's like a limit on how long you can record for. You can only record for 29 minutes at a time, and then it'll stop recording. I read that's like because there's extra taxes imposed by like maybe the EU or something on video cameras specifically, so they impose that internal limit. That was my stomach. Well, it was really my intestines. It's so petty, but like, that bothers me when people are like, oh, my stomach's growling, and it's actually their intestines. Not that it really matters. But yeah, so when I reach 29 minutes and 59 seconds, it stops recording, and I usually try and keep an eye on the time. But I forgot to look at it this time because I was so engrossed in telling my story and in doing this. So I just looked up and noticed that it had stopped. Hopefully it only just stopped. But if I had end up putting in like a freeze frame while I tell that story, then I guess that'll be why. But so anyway, I got through customs and like the gate wasn't even open yet, let alone closed already, so it was a misprint, thank God. So, and I had like Googled like, can the gate time on your ticket be wrong? And apparently it can be wrong, which I don't really understand why that would happen, but you know, whatever, I guess. And so I got to the gate. I sat there for like 3 hours. I did not check the luggage claim area at all, not even slightly. And so that's where my bag was. And it wasn't even just my bag, because the person I was staying with had asked me, who was living in England at the time, they'd asked me to take a bag back for them. And obviously, like, they paid for it. Just like a bag of stuff that they didn't want to have to take home when they got done what they were doing there and stuff. And so their bag was also in the Dublin airport, sitting there waiting to be claimed by me, who was not going to go claim it because I thought it was going to be transferred from plane to plane. It was not, like I said. And so I landed at my local airport, my local international airport, and I waited at the bag carousel and waited and waited. You get the idea. So basically all the bags were picked up, and me and a fair couple of other people who I guess had also been from Bristol were also waiting with no bags in sight. And so I was like, hell if I know what to do. So basically, I guess this older couple saw me standing there just looking absolutely lost, and they were like, your bag not come? And I was like, nope, did not. And they were like, follow us, we're gonna go talk to the person that you talk to when your bag doesn't show up. And so I did, and I got that claim all like sorted out, and a day or two later a slightly sketchy black car came and dropped off my stuff to my house. And so that was really the end of that. But I didn't enjoy it, obviously. And so obviously I don't want that to happen again, and especially not at the very beginning of my trip, and especially not in a country where the people at the airport may not even speak English enough for me to tell them, like, my bag didn't show up, can you send it to my place that I'm going to be staying at? Or, you know, like, Koreans are kind of weird about foreigners. Korea is a weird country when it comes to foreigners. I don't know. And Japan is like that too, so I don't want anyone to get mad at me for, like, singling out Korea. Like, you can get people who are really nice to foreigners, and then you can get people who, like, absolutely hate foreigners, don't want to be bothered with them at all. They might look down on me for having tattoos and, like, that kind of thing. And so, if I get stuck with someone like that, even though it's literally their job to help me because they work at an airport, they might not want to, or they might, like, pretend they don't understand, even if they do, or, like, I don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with me, I don't want to deal with them. I just want my stuff to arrive. But see, the thing that I'm going to do is you can get, like, obviously there's a free checked bag and a free carry-on bag for an international flight like this. And so I'm going to pack all of my clothes and important things in my carry-on bag. And I'm going to have, like, a personal item too, which is going to have, like, my laptop and my iPad and my books and stuff. Just like a backpack, you know? And I'm going to pack all of it, everything that I need, like a pair of shoes or two. Obviously I'll have the shoes that are on my feet, but an extra pair or two, because I'm just going to be bringing sandals. So, you know, sandals are small. And I'm just going to put it all in my carry-on bag, and then my actual checked bag is just going to have, like, my shampoo and conditioner and, like, face wash and, like, maybe another pair of shoes or two as well. And just really anything that I can go a couple days without having, so that if anything happens, I won't lose my clothes or my shoes that I really care about or anything else. nails. And I mean, I know they compensate you to some extent so that you can buy replacement clothes and everything, but I don't want to deal with that. Even if they were going to give me like $7,000, I wouldn't want to deal with that. I'd rather not have $7,000 and just have my stuff. It's an hour and 3 minutes now. Hopefully you guys are sufficiently entertained by my complaining. I feel like I've been complaining this whole time. I hope it hasn't been too annoying. But yeah, so I guess I didn't actually talk about my trip. I just complained about losing my baggage. That hasn't even happened yet. And hopefully it won't happen, but so my trip, I'm going to be going for 2 weeks. I'm going to be visiting the same person that I visited when I went to England. I don't know if they would want me to say who they are, so I'm just not going to say because, you know, privacy and stuff. And I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. They're currently living in Korea and teaching English, which I feel like is personal information, but also like so many people do that. It's not really a defining characteristic of this person's identity, so like, you know, you couldn't go online and find them just because of that. And for the first week, we're gonna travel around in Korea a little bit, and then for the second week, we're gonna spend about 4 days in Japan. Well, not really Japan, just Tokyo, which is Japan, but you get the idea. It's like if someone said, oh, I'm going to the US, and then all they did was be in New York City, right? Like, it is America, but it's really just one city. And so, yeah, then we're gonna come back to Korea and stay for a couple days, I think. And then I'm gonna go home. Oh yeah, I didn't say, I started to talk about it when I was talking about the flights, but then I got distracted. I'm gonna be flying for 30 hours. Well, okay, not actually flying. The flight to Korea itself, like the actual time spent in the air, is really only like, I almost said 15 minutes. That'd be awesome. It's 15 hours, which when I went to Israel, I flew for 13 hours, so like, I mean, I've basically done it, you know. It was a non-stop flight to Tel Aviv from JFK. God damn it, I'm messing this up again with my chunky ass fingers. Sausage ass fingers. I wish I was like a Cullen and I could have like the dexterity of, I don't even know what being has uber dexterity like the vampires do in Twilight. But I wish I had that kind of dexterity. That way. Oh, it's up to 90% now, the battery. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna take me 30 hours to get my ass from here to Korea. And it's basically half of the time is gonna be layovers. Because I'm gonna fly. I picked obviously the not 56-minute option because I mean, I'm sure some people pick that, otherwise it wouldn't be an option, but I'm not like the world's most seasoned traveler. So I don't want to do that. And like I said, I was worried about my bag, and maybe it would make it. But the consensus of the internet seemed to be that it would not make it. That was the chair. So I did not want to take the risk. So I have like I think the first layover is like 5 hours, and the second layover is 11 hours. And then I'll be on the plane to Korea for 11 hours. And then I'll land in Seoul at Incheon Airport. And then I'll travel for another like 2 hours or 3 hours maybe to get to the place that the person I'm visiting lives in, because it is not Seoul. mom like gave it to me. It was her pillow, and then she switched to a different pillow, and so then I started using it. And I like that pillow a lot. I've used it probably for far too long. Should probably replace it, honestly, but those shits are expensive. And so I bought a pillow from Amazon. It's like a mini memory foam pillow, and it has an ear hole cut out in the middle, so I can lay down and have my earbud in my ear, because I sleep on my side exclusively. I cannot fall asleep on my back. I don't think I've seriously tried, to be fair, but like, I think by now, after 26 long years of being on this earth and sleeping, I would know if I could sleep on my back. Excluding when I was a baby, of course, because I probably did it then, but that doesn't count. Babies can sleep in anyway. But yeah, so, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, I got this earhole pillow, and I'm gonna use it on the plane, and I'm excited for it, because I do very much like being able to use my earbuds, because I use wireless earbuds, and you know, you can't touch the sides of them, like if you put your head down, because it like hits the button that's on them, you know, because most of them have like a button to control the volume or pause it or do whatever else, and so like whenever I use them I have to like lay down with my hand like cupped around my ear, and that's just like uncomfortable. I'm sure you guys all get it. If you like ASMR, you probably listen to it laying down. If you listen to it laying down, you probably maybe sleep on your side, and if you sleep on your side, then you probably have this problem. Or it just pushes it into your ear too far, you know? So, I mean, I've already used it. I haven't been like waiting to be on the plane, but I do like it a lot. It's like a mini one, so it's a little small, but I mean, I'm bringing it on the plane, so it's not too small that I couldn't sleep on it in real life either. Alright, that's the last nail. Put those shits down finally and stretch. This might be stupid, but I honestly feel like I accomplished something just now. I feel like I accomplished something pretty major. I am proud though, because this is the first time I've ever done this, and I think they all came out surprisingly well, despite my negativity. Oh fuck, this M slid. Why did you do this to me, huh? Okay, I fixed it. That was the one that I had a lot of trouble with too, I think. Oh, this flower is kind of sliding too. I must have used too much glue. There. Well, I'm gonna end the video here. If you watched all the way to the end, honestly, you've accomplished something too. But I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you enjoyed the rambling. It was very rambly. I think I'm good at rambling. Just talking about random shit, like a stream of consciousness kind of thing. Yeah, so if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed this video. And, the M is sliding again. Why is this happening? I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're not one of my subscribers already, please do subscribe to my channel. And if you are one of my subscribers, please leave me a like and comment on this video so that the aforementioned YouTube algorithm will like me a little bit more and show this video to other people, or however it works. And yeah, thank you for watching,